I am so much more comfortable now. I tried to film this earlier. I was wearing like kind of a restrictive dress. Only problem with filming on your living room floor. Not very comfortable all the time. Anyway, let's get started. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a very quick first impressions of my Louis Vuitton Montaigne BB. I tried to film it earlier. I just wasn't comfortable. I was hungry. I was in a restrictive dress and you just can't film in that kind of state. I really like this bag, but there are a few things I noticed immediately that I find a little annoying. It doesn't stop me from wanting to use this bag, obviously, and I don't think we're still like in the honeymoon phase where I'm just putting up with the things that I don't like. They don't bother me so much, but I can imagine that they would really tick some people off. And there are so many good bags out there. You know, you never want to feel like you're settling when you're spending this amount of money. So I figured I would mention those. I'm gonna go over, well, very quickly, wear and tear, just some of the things that I've done, what fits. It is currently loaded up because I just got back from Target. And yeah, just some things that I really like about it. So firstly, the only thing I have to say about wear and tear is this little tag right here. This has the key that goes to the lock. So it comes to a point, and this is clearly like made from just two pieces of leather getting smushed together. I noticed the other day that this little point is starting to split. I don't know if it was like this when I bought it. I was kind of in a daze when I unboxed this, obviously, so I didn't notice. If I had, it wouldn't have mattered at all. I certainly wouldn't have returned it. I would have taken it anyway. These things are so hard to come by, so I was thrilled. If this was actually wrong with it, that's completely fine. But I do just find myself like pinching this just because I don't want it to split anymore. I don't know if that will really show up, but see, there's like a point and the two bits are starting to, they want to maybe come apart in the future. I'm sure Louis Vuitton would take care of that if it actually did become a problem, but right now it's not noticeable. You'd have to be crazy like me and all up in the bag's business to really notice that, but otherwise there's nothing wrong with it. The hardware was all good when I got it. The zipper and the hardware, those are things that I paid particular attention to because I don't think I've really talked about this, but I was considering for many months I was considering getting the double zip pochette, I think it's called, but it's just literally two pouches slapped together and then it has a leather strap or the chain strap, but I was looking at the one with the reverse monogram on one side and then the plain monogram pouch on the other that comes with a leather strap. The thing that I wasn't happy about with that is the zipper was really inconsistent when I would try on different ones, and the one I tried on last time, the zipper was dragged and it didn't line up. I can't really explain it. I felt awkward taking a picture of it because the SA was being so attentive and really helpful and sweet. I didn't want to like, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But I didn't take a picture of it. The zipper just wasn't lined up. It didn't look finished. It looked like a cheap zipper, if that makes sense. This one is very, very nice. It's very smooth. The construction is a little bit different from the empreinte leather, and you can see I think the biggest difference is how the zipper, this pouch, is situated in this bag. So to tell you some of the things I really like about this, but might not work for somebody else, this is a non-adjustable strap. This works for me. I really like this. I'm 5'5", I'm usually a dress size like 4 to 6, and it sits really nicely on me crossbody. I'm sure, you know, there's gonna be a range for people that this will suit. However, because it's non-adjustable, it won't work for everyone. I like that there's not that additional hardware. I don't like any extra hardware if it can be avoided, you know, and this isn't like a hardware heavy bag. There's no statement hardware on this, and that's what I wanted. So not having that buckle really works for me. However, I can see why that would be a huge con if this doesn't work for you, like if this strap length doesn't work for you. Something that I think these luxury houses need to start doing, they need to start giving customers the option to customize a strap length for them. Like, there's one charge for the bag, and even if they gave customers the option of 3 different straps, you know, like a small, a medium, and a large, however they want to phrase it. But I think at these prices, the idea that you get one strap and it either works for you or it doesn't, you know, and then you have the option of like, well, buying an additional strap for more money, I think that's unreasonable at these prices. And with the competition, with so many great bags being on the market, with people having more access to information that they've never had before, like through YouTube and Instagram, I think it's unreasonable that they don't offer that kind of customization, that specialization for different sizes. Because like, we all come in different shapes and sizes and heights, or just preferences. Like, even if you wanted just to have like a shoulder strap versus a crossbody strap, I think when you buy a bag like this, I'm going off on a tangent. When you buy a bag like this, I think they should give you the option of, you know, 2 or 3 different strap lengths. The idea that you just get this one or it either works for you or you're shit out of luck, it doesn't make any sense to me. For me, this being one length without a buckle is a pro, but that's because it happens to work for me, and I'm very aware of that it wouldn't work for everyone. So what else? I don't keep on the lock. You can put, can you see it? Can you see it? Right here. There's like a little tab, leather tab, where you can hook the lock that they give you, that the key goes to. One thing I think is really cool is that if you have multiple locks from Louis Vuitton, like multiple pieces that can get locked up, whether those are bags or trunks or whatever, they'll actually switch out all of the locks for you so that it's just one lock. So you can just have like one set of keys to go with every single piece. I'm not leaving the lock on there because this has never been confirmed. I've never heard this from anyone, but I'm not leaving the lock on there because I'm worried that that tiny bit of weight from the lock will start to pull that side of the canvas down and like just kind of weigh it down a smidge on that side. It might not do anything, but maybe over many, many years it could happen. And then the lock rubbing against that canvas or the leather, or this like the metal tab that it's on, I don't know if that would cause any wear. And really, I can't see a point to using those locks anyway. I don't ever want to be without my bag. If someone wants my bag, they could probably get it from me, you know, those nefarious characters. And, you know, anything that's in that pouch, like the zippered section, is probably not as valuable as the whole bag in general. So I can't really see that lock doing any good. So that's all I wanted to say about that. I do have maybe a nice base coloring on the vachetta. My friend told me to put this on the windowsill for one day and then flip it around to do the other side to get a nice even base. Hazel, is that what I was doing? I don't know. Of course I had to ask all my friends who know vachetta leather much better than I do, me knowing nothing. So I asked for a lot of advice, and I was told to do that. I do think it has a good base coloring. There are no water splotches or anything like that. I've used this about 5-6 times now. We've had a ton of rain on the East Coast. We've had flooding. It's been terrible. So I haven't really been able to take this bag out. I haven't gone out very much in general, but with it being open, it's not ideal, obviously, for super rainy days. If there's a chance of rain, I really love that you can fit an umbrella in here. And, you know, if you're wearing it on your arm, tucked close to your body, it shouldn't get too wet, you know, just torrential downpour. But I'm one of those people where I check the weather every single day. And sometimes even if I check it in the morning, if we're going out later in the afternoon, I'll recheck it, just because I'm obsessed with that kind of thing. So to tell you what is currently in my bag, what fits, I would say all of this fits very comfortably. There's additional room. I'll go over some of that in a second. So in the little felt pocket on the side, I just have my grocery list, I needed laundry detergent and chocolate apparently. But otherwise I can't really see myself putting anything in these felt pockets just because I don't want to stretch them out. I don't want them to start flopping into the middle of the bag. So just starting on one side, because there are two compartments, I have my card holder. I had my phone, obviously, and then I had this cloth bag that I used. And just for the sake of this video, when I got home from Target, I emptied it and put it back in this bag. So when I was on my way and walking around Target, this was on one side of there. On the other side, I had my big sunglasses case. This just has my enormous Tom Ford sunglasses. This is a huge pro for this bag. The fact that it's big, but it's not like a just bottomless pit. That is something I'm not crazy about with my Ferragamo bag, the big green box bag. It's great for travel because you can fit so much in it. You can fit a book, you can fit your charger, you can fit a water bottle, an umbrella, all that stuff all at once. But it really just becomes a dark bottomless pit. I also wish, since this is just, you know, the time that I'm going to make wishes to companies, I wish they would use lighter contrasting colors in their bags sometimes. Okay, continuing with what's on the other side of this bag, I have my standard little pouch, and this has a perfume and then two little lip products. It also held my car keys and my apartment key when I was running errands. So that is a fair amount of stuff. I think the biggest thing is the fact that it can fit sunglasses and a small umbrella. Do I have that with me right here? Yep. I often will just have this and this on one side when I go out. It can also fit a continental sized wallet. So if you can see that, it helps that it's a bright sparkly red. So on one side you could easily have this, your phone. I have seen other reviews that said it can fit a 5/8 diary. I managed to just barely get mine in. Oh, but those reviews is with an Empreinte bag with the canvas. I don't think I had seen a review for that one, but I tried to get my 5/8 diary in there and it fit, but it was like, it took some wiggling and it kind of dragged across the canvas and I didn't want it to wear. I can't really imagine needing to bring it, so I'm just not going to. Another good thing about this bag size is it can fit a pretty typical standard makeup pouch. You know, if you're not like me and just typically use cloth bags, I do like that I have the option, because when we are going more out and about, like when I'm going back to work, I will carry more things. You know, I used to carry floss, bobby pins, lipstick, lip gloss, chapstick, what else? I don't know, a tiny compact mirror. I even used to carry a little brush with me for makeup. I don't really do that anymore. I don't care that much, but I can imagine wanting to do that again, or like wanting to be able to bring a couple more things. Usually my husband will have some little bits and bobs, like hair clips, whatever it is. So I like having a bag this size, even though I don't want a large number of bags that size, if that makes sense. Like most of my bags are mini bags and that works really well for me. I would say the next thing that I really love about this bag that I immediately noticed is how it transcends so many different styles, you know, like different attitudes, whether that's really preppy or girly or sporty or masculine, whatever it is. I feel like this is just a timeless, classic style. The Louis Vuitton monogram, the shape, all of it, it works with any kind of style, whether you're in a dress or something like what I'm wearing now. So earlier when I was wearing that restrictive dress, it was like a blue and white polka dot kind of thing, and because it was like a darker blue and a simple pattern, the Louis Vuitton monogram still went with it, and it was a really girly dress. But now I'm in something a little bit more sporty with like this tank top and jeans, and it looks great. I love that about this bag. That was something that I immediately noticed how easy it was to style. Okay, now on to the things that are not so great. I already mentioned the strap length. If you're very, very tiny, if you're very tall, however it is, this might not be great for you. I will have the length of this strap just down in the description box if you're curious. Like I said, I'm 5'5" and it does work really well on me, crossbody or shoulder, but it's definitely more of a crossbody bag, and handheld, that's always great. I wish they would give more options, but they don't. Anyway, Louis Vuitton should really get on that. If the strap isn't a big deal to you, something that might really bother you, and definitely bothers me, is sometimes these handles. See that? Okay, so they just always want to fall in, and they just do. They always want to fall in. Every time I get in my car, they immediately plop down, and you have this situation. They do sit inside the bag, and they can just be kind of hard to grab and go. And sometimes when it's sitting against your hip, like this will end up like this, and it doesn't want to squish down and form to your hip. You got to kind of prop them up, you know, it's when you're wearing it, and sit them up like this against your hip, and they just can get in the way. I don't know how else to explain that, except just sometimes they're annoying. I know that's not really that descriptive, but they flop down. They're not easy to grab. Just for whatever reason, it's not the easiest thing to deal with, and sometimes they get in the way when you're grabbing your items. Louis Vuitton does have one bag where they're on the outside, and so they kind of, you know, they flop down when they're not up. I get that you can tuck them in to the bag, and this is actually how I store it. So you tuck the handles in, but I would never just have the bag like this. You can, but I think it looks much better with the handles propped up. So that's one con, the fact that the handles are just kind of annoying, and I think that's just going to vary from person to person, like how annoying you find them. Let me know if you happen to have this bag and that's something you notice, because I'm having trouble putting it into words. Not helpful for a review, I know, but bear with me. The next thing that is annoying about this bag, so you have this clip here. Let me see, can I show it to you? Yeah, so you have this clip here, and that goes to this D-ring on the opposite side. Now, when you snap this closed, one great thing about it is it does keep the handles propped up for the most part. You know, just because it squishes the bag in, you know, the handles have no choice but to stay up. However, this has its own drawbacks. One, I would not store it like this because I feel like it could morph the canvas. And also, it is really annoying to undo. Sometimes when I'm walking around the store, I will have the bag like this, but if you're getting things in and out of your bag constantly, this is quite annoying, and it takes two hands to undo because this, like lobster claw, it doesn't have that typical back claw to unhook it. So when you're wearing it, it's actually pretty difficult. I don't even think I can do it holding it up, but it takes a couple seconds, dedication, two hands to unclasp it. And it could have just been solved if they used a different kind of clasp. I don't know why they didn't, but that's the only other thing that is a little annoying about this bag, that, you know, the thing that cinches it in and keeps the handles propped up is also in and of itself really annoying. Oh, I can't remember if I mentioned this, but one other great thing about this strap, if it happens to work for your height, is the fact that these swivel. All straps should swivel. I completely agree with Dale from Dale's Addiction. I didn't really notice it at first, but then she said it. I was like, ooh, this is really annoying about the Fendi Peekaboo. Those do not swivel. The Fendi Peekaboo, don't know why. They have other bags that swivel. It's the same house. It's not like Louis Vuitton is hoarding this technology. The Fendi Peekaboo straps, the little toggles, the metal clasps, do not swivel, and it would be so much easier if they did. So that's one good thing about this strap. They swivel, so it's really easy to go from handheld. Putting them on, you never have to worry that it's the right way, or oh, like, you know, your strap is all twisted. Yes, so that is another really good thing about this. On one side, on the front, it has 2 felt pockets. On the back, it just has 1. I was thinking to myself, well, maybe I will pop my vaccine card in there if I ever need to take it out, because places are checking it sometimes, but except for maybe something that thin, I can't imagine using it very much. If I'm in the city, in this zippered pocket, I'll probably put my card holder, but I don't really want to get it all bent out of shape, and I just don't really need to. I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not in crowded cities very often, but it does have that center zip compartment. It's nice for just organization, even though it kind of minimizes capacity in the bag. Never been a problem. This is as big as I need a bag to be, certainly nowadays. Like I said, I rarely reach for my Ferragamo box bag in the large size because it's just a bottomless pit. This can hold just as much, but because it's not like a flap, because it's just nice and open and it has those compartments, it's really easy to keep your stuff organized and see in it. So I think, let me see, I think that's everything I wanted to mention about this bag. I am really enjoying using it. See, I just popped it down in front of me and immediately the handles went in, and yeah, it's just, I wonder if that will make the handles wear more quickly. Anyway, that is everything I wanted to say about this bag. If there's something I forgot, if there is anything you want to know about in particular, please let me know down in the comments below. I will, I'm sure, be doing like a 6-month review or a 1-year review if there's really not much to say, like if there's no wear and tear. But I always post outfits on my Instagram, and I like to do quick little updates that way if you want to follow me over there. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.